job. I have a new MacBook Air, and I thought I would write a program that could manage what's called symbolic links. It's called Link Manager, and basically a symbolic link is it's a pointer that points to a file which does not actually exist in its location, but exists symbolically. So a good example of this in action, let's say you have a bunch of video games on your computer on Steam, and you want to move those video games to an external hard drive. But the problem is Steam does not know where the game is once you move it. It just sees an empty space. So what you do is you put a symbolic link that tells Steam to look for the game in the new location on the external hard drive. And when Steam goes to do that, it just follows the link and it finds the game, and everything's all copacetic. So symbolic links are a very useful tool for a lot of reasons. And so I made this link manager in order to take advantage of this. Because if you create more than 10 links, you start to lose track of them. So this is the program, Link Manager. And here I'm going to run lnman, as it's called, without arguments. So you get it's like a help sequence. It tells you the usage, it tells you the commands. So we're going to go ahead and give it some commands. We're going to tell it to list everything on my list of links. So it gives you this really nice table, name, source, target. So the source is, where the file actually is somewhere on the computer, and the target is where the link is located. You get a name and a description, so you remember. This is kind of like a dummy list. It's not real. But what's nice is I can change how I want the list to be displayed. I can give it a filter, like I only want to see links with the name Guy. So we'll go ahead and run it. There you go. We only get Guy. Guy dude, whoa. Whoa. Good old Christopher Walken inspiration right there. But if you want to create a link, let's see. We're going to go ahead and do an add, and we're going to add by name. Well, let's see. The name is going to be, let's just say, thing, right? Oh, by the way, to show you that one of these links actually exists, well, first we'll do this. Okay, thing. Let's see. We need a source and a target. So source, let's just say, is first let me find a source. Okay. Oh. No? Interesting. Yeah, Mac is just a little bit different from Linux. Okay. Let's make a symbolic link right here. Let's just do everything here. README. So we'll make a link for README. Actually, okay. Yeah, we'll make a link for README. So we'll do users Robert Sale code lnman. And was that capital everything? All caps, yep. README. That's the source. The destination is, we'll just put it right in the same folder. And we'll call it LOL. Because why not, you know? Give it a description. Let's see, we'll just say, where's the README? The link to the README. Okay, very nice. Looks good. It looks so good. Now, let's create the link. Unknown command add. Oh, that's funny. Of course it's unknown. It's because it's got to say new. Yep. Here we go. Let's make a new link. Oh, look at that. It created the link. Okay, and oh, you see it. It's actually right here. Oh, a description of this package. Now if I go here, oh, it's a description of this package. It's the exact same thing. You can actually see it right here. See how it says lol.md and it points to readme.md. So creates the link. And of course I can remove the link. Now you can see why this is useful. It looks like garbage right there. Let me see if I can do xcode run lnman list. There it is on the list. So as you can see, it actually populated the list, and it is a symbolic link. A hard link is sort of like a symbolic link, except it points to the actual data. So when you create a new file on the computer, it creates a hard link, and you can create multiple hard links in multiple places. But anyways, so there it is on the list. So that's about it. It's mostly a manager for all these little links. Pretty cool stuff. I really like working with this language. It is super expressive, very easy to read, very, very easy to write. This is the logic behind it. So it starts here. You type a command, new. Here are the names of the commands, descriptions for them. So if you, let's say you want to list something, it goes to the query parser. It takes your select, filter, and sort, which I haven't demonstrated, but whatever you type into the command line, it will take it over here and go. It'll create a, well, first it'll create a, here it is, query parser. And it initializes it with whatever you enter. So select from links, the filter, and the sort. And from there, it creates an array of objects, which are these right here. So it creates a query argument object, which auto-corrects itself over time. What it does is it accesses a database on the computer using a language called structured query language. And so with structured query language, what this does is it parses the arguments that you pass it on the command line, and it turns it into the query language command, where it will go into the database and create the selection, tell you what table to access it, how to filter the data, how to order it, and then it parses it into a string where the database object will go through, and it will, if you want, you can get the rows, you can get a single row, you can add an entry, and remove an entry is on here. But you can basically do anything with it, with the database. And what's nice is these modules, I can take them out of this project and put them into other projects with very minimal effort. I designed them to be modular, so they don't depend on the code that I'm writing for this link manager. I can just drag and drop them, and they will work in other programs without any issues. So I really like Swift. It works really well for me. I don't know if you like this video, but it's really fun writing software, and if anybody else likes it, then rock and roll. All right? Well, you have a good night.